viewers, and welcome once again to your program, Mobilizing for Development, M4D for short. And my name is Zachary Yusuf. I'm very glad to be back on your screens once again. This week, we'll be looking at mobile veterinary services. And of course, as usual, this program is powered by M4D. And let's talk about mobilizing for development. And to discuss this very important issue and talk about mobile veterinary services, I have Dr. Hamisu Garba. He's a veterinary doctor with the Ministry of Agriculture, Jigawa State. Doctor, you're welcome onto the show.
Thank you.
And I also have Alhaji Ali Al-Ali, who is the Director, Admin and General Services of Ringim Local Government Area of Jigawa State. You're welcome, Director.
Thank you.
And also have Binta Suleiman, who is a mentor and also a community-based organization, Women Wing member, Sabankari Ward, Miga Local Government Area of Jigawa State. Binta, you're welcome onto the show.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Let's set the ball rolling, and Dr. Hamisu will tell us, how does the MVS work?
MVS in full mean Mobile Veterinary Services. Mobile Veterinary Services is a form of services that involve delivery of veterinary services at doorstep of the client. It is more convenient. It reduces the issue of fear and aggression from the part of animals and even the owners. It also helps in reducing the cost of transporting animals from rural communities to urban areas for treatment.
Okay.
So in Miga local government, usually in developed countries, they use caravan or vehicle specifically designed for mobile clinic. But in our case here in Miga local government, we use an improvised motorcycle that is carrying box containing the drugs and the surgical kits.
All right.
So we apply some form or some methodologies in Miga local government.
All right. Before we come to that methodology, you told us now how the system it does work, right? And talk about MVS as mobile veterinary services. Let me quickly go back to the director. Now, how did this idea of MVS come about?
Thank you, viewers. Well, this idea was born out of mine when I was Director of Learning Research and Statistics of Miga local government. And each idea that will come, it will come through collection of data. It happens Miga local government is one of the areas where we have a large number of herdsmen, that is Fulani, and the occupation of the people living in that area is 90% farming and the rearing of animals. So with this data in hand, we started to think of a way how we can deliver services to the community. How can we deliver service to the doorstep of the common man? The policy of the state government is more on agriculture and the rearing of animals. That is both agriculture and the animal husbandry, which include poultry. So we sit together with our colleagues in the department. I, as the head of the department, we think of the idea. We know that conventionally these veterinary clinics were built in the urban areas. And the people from far and near, it's difficult for them to reach that place for services. So we say, how can we help these people? So I start thinking of this thing. I know that I have seen through media and this other organization that some countries were adopting this cat with cattle to move drugs to hard-hit areas. Some they use vehicles. But now to purchase vehicles for this purpose, it will cost a lot of money. So we think of something that will be sustainable and there will be continuity on it. So I started thinking, why not use a motorcycle? Because if we use motorcycle, we can reach anywhere in the local government. So the idea came like that. We passed this idea to the policy makers because we are service providers in the local government. Yes. We passed the idea and they bought the idea. Fortunately enough for us, we are working with M4D. We push the idea to M4D so that they can be our partner in this program. And they vehemently accepted.
This is the idea.
The idea, yes.
The MVS idea.
Yes, that is the MVS idea.
Again, while muting the idea, was there any outbreak of any cattle disease somewhere in the hinterland?
Of course, yes.
Prompted you to have this?
Of course, no. It's a normal thing to have an outbreak because you see, Pulani nomadics, they are nomadics. They move from one place to another place. And there is influx of Fulani from other countries like Niger Republic. Because a Fulani man is always looking for a grazing reserve.
Exactly.
So, and Miga is prone to that because they have vast area for grazing and farming. And that is the reason why they normally come to that place.
All right. You're meeting the idea and you started talking about partners coming in.
Of course, yes.
And what partner?
Partner M4D.
M4D.
Mobilizing for development.
All right.
Yes.
So what role did they play when they come in?
We sit together with them. We discuss the issue extensively. They say, okay, they will assist us. In what area will you assist us? We stated our request. They studied it. They said, okay, what they will do for us. One, they will give us capacity building. Because in the first place, before we have this MBS program, in order to have the program to start, you must have one thing. One, you must have the veterinary technicians. Two, you must have drugs. Three, you must have the training, how you will do the work. Then, lastly, you must have communication between you and the people to be served. That is where our traditional rulers came in. So this is how we make it.
That's the way it all started. And again, you want to add something?
Yeah, in addition to what Alaji has just mentioned, according to our recent survey, even before the implementation of the program, we realized that Miga has the highest population of cattle in Jigawa State area because of influx of animals from Fulani herdsmen from neighboring countries of Cameroon, Niger, Mali, and even Chad.
All right.
So because of that, there is high prevalence of endemic diseases around Miga local government area. I could remember while we are doing our services there, we realized that there are outbreak of a lot of diseases, especially foot and mouth diseases in that area.
Okay.
So I think it's one of the major. And another thing that motivates Miga local government area to come up with MVS is the fact that these Fulani people are migrating out of Miga local government area.
And they
because of the prevalence of those diseases around that area.
All right. Let's listen to Binta. Does the government provide the treatment kits?
Yes, if the government provides the treatment kit, as the doctor explained. Also, the government paying that veterinary technician their allowance at the cost of 10,000 naira.
Okay, the government provide the kits.
Provide the kits.
And they pay allowance for
at the cost of 10,000 naira for each month.
No, excuse me. Let me come in. Because I know the framework. You asked me a question, but I didn't answer your question. You are asking me in what way did this M4D come into this, or what is their contribution? Okay, their contribution when we come to the program. Before even the program started, we sit together with them. We outline the needs. How to operate this mobile veterinary system. So they promised to give us capacity building. Yeah. Therefore, they employ the services of a consultant who train our veterinary technicians. They give them extensive training on how to handle, or a sort of refresher, because they know this thing. They give them a refresher course on it. Secondly, M4D provide us with the motorcycles.
Okay.
But it's on the part of the government, as you are asking now, it's not the state government, it's the local government. So we try and see that this thing is put as a policy. As a policy that it will be a continuity, not a one-chance program.
I understand.
Because most of the program they fail because there is no, continuity. So that is why we say we have to make it a policy, and we make it a policy. I'm coming. So the local government provide drugs, provide the technicians, provide maintenance of the motorcycles, then provide logistic for the veterinary technicians. That is how it works.
I think in addition to what M4D contributed is sensitization, community sensitization, which is in collaboration with the community-based.
That is what I said. That is what I say. We call the district heads. Yes.
Taking place in the local government.
What is taking place?
Town hall meeting.
Town hall meeting. Yes, we have town hall meeting.
Policy makers, services providers,
stakeholders,
and the traditional leaders,
and people with disability.
People with disability.
We're all involved.
And the Fulani's animal rallies, they are all involved at the beginning of the program.
Now, let me come back to the doctor. Now, this intervention, again, specifically benefit those who keep animals. Has there been any verbal or behavioral feedback from rearers of animals?
Yes, of course. As there is this assertion that says Fulani herdsmen love their cattle than even their children. So lack of any special care to their animal will make them have no value and confidence in government. And that's why they are not taking part in governance, be it electoral activities, taking their children for vaccination, putting their children into a secular school, and even attending antenatal
clinics.
So they don't partake in all of this
before
the
program,
the inception of this program. So from the data gathered from the Department of Health within that pilot period, we realized that the polio immunization indicators shows that there's significant increase in polio immunization compliance from 72% to 99% within that period
in Miga
local government area. Apart from the few things that I've just mentioned, even the farmers' herdsmen conflict were reduced in Miga local government because of this program. Above all is the improvement in the socio-economic status of those people living around us.
Now let me come back to let's speak.
Back before this MBS system, Fulani people look themselves that are marginalized in the government. But due to this program, they feel inclusiveness in the government program.
Right. Now, Director, again, we're talking about government providing the kits, allowances, and so on. Will the government continue to provide the kits?
Well, let me tell you something categorically here. You see, in all the programs that are being practiced in the local government and the state government, I believe this is one of the programs that is very essential. One of the programs, not it is the only one, but one of the programs that is highly accepted and highly cherished. You see, even after the inception of this program, the state government has embarked on another program, which is Empower, whereby women were given goats to breed in each and every ward of the local governments, not only Miga.
All right.
So, with this service, you can see that the production will rise, and we have seen the result, because we used to get, verbal comments from the community.
Okay.
And also, if you go to the market now, you will see that animals that are brought to the market, they are very healthy, because now they have access to drugs and vaccines.
Right.
So even the rate of sickness which people, were affected through the meat that is displayed in the market. Now that is minimal.
Okay.
So a lot of achievement has been gained through this program.
You want to add something, Doctor? Yes. Will the government continue to supply the kits?
After we started this program in Miga local government, coinciding with the fact that Jigawa State is embarking on empowering women, they just recently distributed through Office of Special Advisor, like Mojadedi, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State under leadership, the Government of Jigawa State under leadership of Alhaji Badr Abubakar, they distributed over 17,000 sheep to the women and people with disability across the state. So, coinciding with this program, the Jigawa State government also adopted this MVS program. As I'm right now talking, they've approved the sum of 55 million to start this program. And I'm sure in few weeks to come, the program will take off across the 26.
That's right. So now the local government, they have made it a policy that in the budget, each year budget they make a provision for this program each year. So there is no fear that this program will not continue.
Okay.
Yes.
By so saying, the program will be
sustained. Yes. Of course. Yes.
And this new elected
the pilot
chairman
period, I think, is 1 year. We've already completed the pilot period, and the program also extended up till now.
Up till today.
6 months.
Up till today.
Our local government chairman is very hard worker. She loved this MBS program.
So Binta, let's look at challenges before this intervention was accepted by the policymakers and by the beneficiaries. So we're looking at challenges on two ways now. Before this program was accepted by policymakers, and secondly by the beneficiaries, let's look at challenges. What problems arise?
There is challenges, but the challenges is minimal.
All right.
Because out of this veterinary technician, there is one veterinary technician is a Fulani man.
Okay.
Going together with him during the activity. Secondly, the activity is well packaged by the M4D, participatory, involving everybody during the decision and the planning. This thing reduces the minimum of challenges.
I think I have to add something.
Yes.
I have to add something there. You see, okay.
Now we're talking about accessibility again, Director. How, as one of the major challenges by the field workers.
Sustainability.
So how accessibility?
Oh, accessibility. Yes. Of the terrain. Yes.
So how were you guys able to overcome?
We overcome. I told you, we make a study of all the issues there.
Okay.
We look at the pros and the cons. We look at the situation and the nature of the place. So that's why we use motorcycle in order to reach all the corners. Because you cannot use a vehicle there. As he was saying, in some places you have to enter canoe. But even if you will enter canoe, you can enter canoe with your motorcycle. You can enter canoe with your motorcycle.
All right.
So that is why we...
So, I don't know, as a community-based organization, but again, let us look at how many families will say that this intervention has helped to improve their living conditions.
Okay, approximately at the pilot period, there is 14,407 animals with threats in different diseases.
Okay. That's at the pilot level.
Pilot level, in the local government, in Miga local government. Yes. Not in the state, in the local government.
Yes.
I could say the thing is in process.
Okay. Maybe Dr. who has
he is in the position to explain.
That's one most interesting part of this activity. It's a very cost-effective program. With only 2 million naira within the pilot period, we're able to treat up to 14,447 animals with different ailments, and about 1,500 people benefited from this program, out of which 446 are female, while 29 people with disability. Yeah.
It's really good to know that over 14,000 different kind of animals suffering from different kind of diseases
were treated
with just 2 million naira. And again,
that is in one local government.
That's just
one local government
alone. What a wonderful initiative this is. Now, Director, looking at all these conditions and how can we again, if other states where this thing is not really happening and they want to replicate, what steps will you probably ask them to start taking?
Well, if other states wanted to replicate this thing, one, they have to have their own data, because we don't know their data.
So they have to start with
the data collection. After that, they can consult us to give them the blueprint.
Consult Jigawa?
Yes, they consult the Jigawa state government to give them the blueprint.
And again, before we go, now, for further information, like we've been giving you our numbers, don't forget, we also have the numbers we'll be sending you. Send SMS to us, asking questions or any other further information. You can send your SMS to 08039132608. I repeat that number again, 08039132608. And you can also visit the website of Mobilizing for Development at www.mobilizingfordevelopment.com, one word. On behalf of the entire production crew and my guests today have been Dr. Hamisu Garba, who's a veterinary doctor with Ministry of Agriculture of Jigawa State. We thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And also, I definitely was privileged to have Dr. Ali. Ali is the Director of Admin and General Services, Ringim Local Government Area. Director, we really appreciate your coming.
Thank you very much.
Of course, Bento Suleiman is the mentor, CBO, Women Wing, Sabangari Ward in Mega Local Government Area. We really appreciate your coming.
Thank you, sir.
We thank you for listening in. We thank you for watching us, and we thank you for your precious time. I am Zachary Yusuf. Join us in next week's edition of Mobilizing for Development. Bye for now.
Thank you.